let's go. Mrs. Lowe's going to come over and say hi. She's coming over on the set here before we get going. Here's Mrs. Lowe. You know, a distance, social distance.
Social distance. But where are you seeing the wave?
People right here are waving right here as they're coming in.
Oh,
yeah, see, there's a wave.
See. So you're not seeing them. You told me you were seeing them.
Well, I can just see people waving.
Well, waving, but you're not actually seeing the people.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh, we have a hi, Dad. All right. Kids are watching from home. Okay, it's 10:02. We're going to, there's the bell. We're going to go on the bell. So the bells are still working here at school. I want to welcome everyone to Principal McArdle's Live. We'll be doing this on Mondays and Wednesdays at 10 o'clock. As long as we're in this situation. It is a very, very tough situation that we're in. We miss you guys so much. And, it's really tough to, not see people walking down the hallway here. It's just a surreal situation. But our number one goal is that you guys are taking care of yourself. That's our number one. We want everyone to be, taking care of themselves at home, doing things around the house to help others, and being connected with friends as many different ways, that you can. So to do that, one of the things that we're going to start off this week is a Leroy's Got Talent week. So I'm going to see if I can change this over. There we go. All right, so I'm going to be posting this up here after our show. And this week, we're going to be doing Leroy's Got Talent. So it's starting today and goes to March 28th. And you have an opportunity to submit one video to our Flipgrid for a chance to win, yep, that's right, $50 Amazon card for first place. Second place is a $25 Amazon card. And then we're also going to do a fan's choice. So you can, sing, dance, perform an instrument, perform magic, do a sports trick. Maybe, I see these guys like doing these like putting things in their, kitchen or living room. Maybe you have an art, something you want to do with art. Maybe you want to have something amazing talent that you can just do at your home. So, think about it, reflect, practice, and then film yourself on the Flipgrid. And we're really excited to have this going on this week. So this is Leroy's Got Home Talent. We have a great judging pool that will be doing the judging. And then we'll also be doing a fan's choice. So we'll be having a poll where you can choose which one that you like the best. When you submit your video, make sure that you put your name on there as well, and then we'll be putting a number on there. So you have all week to do this. One of the best things about this is that as these things get submitted, you'll be able to watch them throughout the week. So if someone were to post one later today, that's going to be available. Mrs. Bertrand is going to be running this for us behind the scenes, so she'll kind of screen the ones that are coming in. And then she'll be posting that onto the Flipgrid. So it's bit.ly LR Talent is the link. Hopefully everyone's in class, because if not, you're late. That's the second bell. We're in fourth period. That's the link right there, and you can put the link in. So if you're just joining us right now, it's Leroy's Got Home Talent Week. The Emerging Knights leadership team met last week. This is one of the ideas that we came of. So each week we're going to try to do something different. This is sponsored by the Student Council, and we're really excited to have these awards. So first place, $50 Amazon card, and then $25 for second. I'll announce the winners next week on Monday's March 30th Insta Live, and then we'll hopefully interview those guys as well. So think about it. I mean, we want to see some big time stuff. This is not amateur hour. We're looking for pro level stuff. So we'll post this up later today and get this going, and hopefully you'll be able to really come up with something cool. Okay, so second thing is on our Wakelet. If you haven't got on our Wakelet yet, The link is on our website. It's also on our social media, and it is an awesome spot. We have teachers, counselors, everyone here has been submitting items. We're over 73 items so far on our Wakelet. And, right now we've asked you guys, to look back at the 25 weeks of instruction that you've had. And it's basically, going back at your notes, looking at old tests and quizzes, making sure that you're going on your Google Classrooms. Our teachers have all submitted Google Classrooms, or all have updated their Google Classrooms with things. And if you're an AP student, it's really important at this time that you also check your email and also check your Google Classroom, because the AP has announced, as we emailed you guys on Friday, that they're going to be shortening their test, and your test is going to be done online. So all of our teachers, AP teachers and myself, met on Friday. We came up with a game plan of how we're going to do this for you guys. So you need to make sure that you're getting on your email and also checking out your Google Classroom to be ready to go. All information is coming. Those teachers will be starting their review very shortly. The Wakelet is set up for you guys to stay sharp. So we have so many cool opportunities that are on this thing, whether it's a TED Talk, whether it's, doing some yoga, doing some actual content review, so many different things. One of the things I think is really cool is is the different types of field trips that you're able to go on and tour different things for free. 20, like here's one right here, the 20 virtual field trips that you could take. You could also go to famous museums. I mean, there's just so many awesome things going on here. One of them that's really good is that the New York Times came out right here. That's over 1,000 writing prompts for students. So just some really cool ideas for you to think about and ways that you should be engaging. So, my challenge to you guys is to hop on this thing and choose at least one or two items per day and engage in that. And it's going to keep your mind, and your skills, sharp on top of the review, action that we have going on right now. So, really, clue in on that and get ready for that. So that's our Wakelet right now, right now we have over 800, there's over 800 views on this. So I hope that those, clicks are you guys getting on there. Also, there's live and opportunities to read books, great, resources there as well. So check that out, Wakelet. So between your 25 weeks and your Wakelet, some great opportunities to be engaging. Okay, so has anyone, right now in the comments, has anyone checked out the Wakelet and want to maybe share some of the things that you have, that you've liked the best so far on the Wakelet? Feel free to drop that in the comments right now. Maybe that'll, ignite other people to check some things out. There's some great TED Talks on there, like I said, so feel free to drop some of those options right now in the Wakelet. Okay, next thing that we're going to do here is we're going to invite a special guest. And I'm going to find them on here. So last night you saw that Mrs. Rich, we posted this on our Twitter and our Instagram, and Mrs. Rich yesterday, here she is, yes, boom, look at the magic right there, here you are.
Magic.
So Mrs. Rich yesterday spent her day, and if you don't know Mrs. Rich, she's our facts teacher. She's also super duper fabulous in many ways, and she spent yesterday going through and making 10 masks. So there's unless you've been under a rock, you've noticed that we're short masks and medical supplies, in our country. And there's been a lot of people over the last few days starting to make these from home, even at hospitals that are going ahead and making these. But guess who made them? Mrs. Rich. And she, went on and did a little YouTube tutorial, was able to find out where she can make these from. And we're going to talk to her about that. So Mrs. Rich, welcome to the live. How are you doing?
I'm doing just fine, thank you. It's great to be here.
Yeah, thanks for coming and joining and being our first guest on Principal McArdle's Live. I mean, that's something that you probably never knew that was going to be something that you'd be saying, right?
It's the pinnacle.
So why don't you first of all talk to us about what you've been doing this last week? What you've been doing with your family. How are you kind of getting through this home situation that we're in?
Sure. Well, we've been, spending a lot of quality time together, and we've been trying to declutter as many areas of our house as we can, because why not? We're in this space. Let's try to make some more of it by getting rid of a few things. I've already taken a trip to Goodwill to donate some things there. My boys have been helping me in the kitchen. We made some pizza crust, and we've been doing some fun things like that. Their school gave them some review packets, so they've been spending time every day working on some of their own materials, and we're just trying to be mentally and physically well as much as we possibly can.
Awesome. And I would assume you've been doing some nice baking or some...
made some muffins. Yes, been making some bread, doing all that.
That's awesome. So when did you get the idea to start doing this?
I saw on Facebook, I think it was Saturday afternoon, there were about 5 out of 8 of the things that came across my feed, and I don't even know who put them. I think it was like Facebook put them out there, like just those general ones, that these were in need. And I have quite a few of my friends that are in the healthcare industry, so I was like, why not just make, half a dozen or a dozen of them and see who would want them. I do know there are different types of these, and the ones that I made, these ones here, are more of like a barrier mask. I think some of them need to have filters put in them. If you have that, I'm not quite sure what the filters are made of, but that would be, I think, more for like a surgical or infectious disease. But at least if there's this, if they get a spray on it of some kind, if they sneeze or something like that, they can at least take it off, put a new one on, and take this home or put it in their work laundry and get it sanitized again to rewear.
Okay. And how long does it take you how long did it take you to make one mask?
I think probably between cutting and pinning and all of that, it probably took about 15 minutes for one.
Not bad.
It really wasn't that bad. But I tried to do everything all at the same step. So I cut everything, I pinned one step, I sewed one step, I assembly lined it. So it was really quite quick.
And then as far as like watching that video, it really allows you to easily, if I were to get by a machine and try to dust off my skills, I'd be able to do that.
It was very user-friendly, and I thought that a lot of the terms and phrases were things that I use very frequently in my periods 1 and 4 classes. That's for you, periods 1 and 4, and period 3, who I had last year. So it's like, sewing with right sides together, and pinning and measuring and cutting and back stitching. It's all very user-friendly language. And plus with the video right there, it's really a no-brainer. Oh, and something else. When I went to get the fabric, it calls for 1/4-inch elastic, and they didn't have it. So I had to buy thicker, and I just cut it in half.
Okay. So, and let's talk about cost. So you ended up making 10 total masks, and what was the cost for you to do that?
Well, I had the thread, so that's like $1 a spool. And then the yard of fabric cost $4.84. And the elastic cost just under $4. So I got 20 of these little panels for the masks out of the 1 yard of fabric. So I was able to make 10 masks out of the 1 yard with a little extra.
Okay. Wow. That's great.
Yep.
And so if you were in her class right now, I really encourage you to think about joining this force. And maybe you don't have a machine. And I think I did a little research. Some people, like if you were to go and do all the cutting, get all the pieces, and people are actually out there that have put their address out that you can mail them, all of the pieces, that you've kind of assembled, and then they'll actually put it together for you. So I have seen people, and you can do a little search and, and try to do that too if maybe you don't have a machine that's working. So yeah, definitely. Anything else, Mrs. Rich, as far as anything you want to say to your students, anything you want to, put out there to everybody?
Well, I have to say that you're also very super duper fabulous, and I just miss you all so very much. And I hope you're doing well and staying healthy. And until we meet again.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Mrs. Rich, for coming on the live today. And, thanks for inspiring, so many people that, maybe they can't do this, but there's something else that a person can do. Maybe that's drawing something for a neighbor or, calling a relative that you haven't been in touch in a long time and trying to do something positive, during this time, with your own talent. Maybe you don't have Mrs. Rich's, talent, but there's something that you have a talent in, and we encourage our Knights to go and figure out that is and make someone, better during this time. So
Absolutely.
Thank you, Mrs. Rich, for coming in. Enjoy. We'll have you back on, I'm sure. All right.
Take care, everybody.
Take care. We'll see you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so thank you to Mrs. Rich for coming on today. We have another guest that we're going to have. Grant Gilligan's going to come on here in a minute. Before we do that, wanted to just point out a couple things. We have going on right now is our lunches. So our grab and go lunches is happening this week, Monday through Thursday. That's going to be happening. And if you haven't seen this picture of this team here that has been doing the lunches, our entire cafeteria staff, these guys are just absolutely outstanding. Last week, we started with like 200 something meals on Tuesday and went up to, over 400 meals as the week went on. So grab and go lunches and breakfast are from 11:30 to 1 o'clock at the Wolcott Street main entrance. Depending on weather conditions, we will be handing those out either by the old bus garage where the maintenance is, or we'll be doing it right by the main entrance. So we don't want to get blown away. So if the weather's, crummy, we'll be by that, where we were on Friday. So if you haven't come yet, you're missing out, because these meals are outstanding. So, come on down. At least gives you a couple minutes to get in your car. Yeah, I challenge today. I challenge to have as many people as we possibly can. I love to see some of the football guys roll down. I love to see, some of our musical cast, come down. I mean, we've had a lot of people, but I want to see some of you guys rolling through here. So, get on down there, 11:30 to 1. There we go. We got the food is really good. It's definitely good. And it's free. It's free to everybody. Everybody. So all you got to do is roll up and you look out and you say, hey, we'll say, how many do you need? And then you'll be like, I need 4, I need 2. We'll put it in there. And if you need more than 5, we put them in a box. And we put them in a box and give it to you. There's music. Mary's dancing. I don't know if you saw Mary dancing. Let me move up and find this video. We got music going on. Look at this. Are you serious? Look at this. That's unbelievable. Mary, she doesn't mess around down there. So she'd love to see you too. So, try to get down there and see Mary and get some free lunch. Now, we're not doing it on Friday. So lunch, or on Thursday, you'll get lunch. You get Thursday's meal and Friday's meal on Thursday. Okay, so you get 2 meals on one day. We're not doing it. We're not doing it on Friday. Josh goes, how do you get merch? Well, good question, Josh. Merch is coming later. Towards the end of the show, we have some questions. Thanks for hopping on. Okay, so right now, does anyone, we'll throw a couple questions. Any questions that anyone has generally right now towards, anything obviously appropriate. Any questions that you have that we can ask you as we're getting ready for our next guest, which will be Grant Gilligan. He's going to be coming on here, our student president. So any questions, you can just type in at the bottom. I want to thank all the people that are watching. I saw some alumni coming on there, so we want to welcome our alumni back. It's great to see you here. Coming back, alumni are very, very special to us here at our school. How long till school is closed? Well, I'm assuming how long is school going to be closed for? We don't know. We have no idea. I'm not even going to put a number on it. It's going to be closed, until we're told to open. So at this point, we're obviously closed. So unfortunately, I don't have that answer. All I want you to do is to continue to wash your hands and get ready to go. Do you think we'll really go back the 1st? Great question, Jenna. That I don't know either. It's not looking that way, but I just, I'm not going to make any predictions. So it doesn't look like we're going to be going back on the 1st, but that's where we're close to right now. And it's Mrs. Lowe just gave me a note. It literally just came right in front of the screen. It's out of our control. It's definitely out of our control. Is there anyone delivering breakfast and lunch? Yes, we do have people. We do have people delivering lunch. We're delivering upwards to 40 or 50 meals that are going throughout our community. If you're a person that can't make it to the lunch, you can call the district office, and we will add you to the delivery route. We have 2 people that are delivering, doing a great job getting the meals around. So call the district office, and we'll get you on the list, or the people that you know. You can also pick up lunches for friends. So if you have people that are in your neighborhood, or people that are around, we'd love to hook you up, and you can just say, well, I'm going to go get your lunches. So we are doing that as well. We had a person last week pick up 12 meals. So you get 12 breakfasts, 12 lunches. They take it and deliver that. Are you thinking about doing online schooling? Yes. So that this week we're going to be, again, reassessing kind of where we're at with our academics. I mean, again, we're in a long situation here, and our goal last week was to just get everyone settled, do what you needed to do at home, help your family stay safe, stay healthy. That's our number one goal. We were had no interest in starting, right off the chute with, here's your packet, here's your info, start learning. It's just really hard to do that during this time. So we're behind the scenes readying ourselves to see what we're going to do, and to, move forward with what's best for you as our students and what's best for our teachers. And we're excited to, go in the direction, once we figure out what we're going to do. We also been kind of waiting also to see what was going to happen with the 3 through 8 testing and the AP, as that all kind of, went down last Friday. And we're also now waiting to see what's going to happen with Regents. So once we, get those things this week, we'll be doing that. Another question, how would we get work that is on paper to teachers? Right now, you're just going to collect, just going to hold that. Obviously, if you have internet, you could take pictures of that and you could email that to a teacher. You could upload that onto the Google Classroom. So there's definitely some ways to do that, but we just want everyone just to be calm. Obviously instruction and all those things is very important, but we're only, in essence, 6 days in here. So we're still really, really, early into this process, and we have, a lot of time ahead of us. Will we do spring sports? Great question, Jen. I hope we're going to. We're going to be, we're waiting to see, again, direction from the state. Today at 10 o'clock, New York State was making an announcement on the winter sports championships. So, I've been doing the live since that time, so I don't know what that was. But yes, we will be, doing spring sports if we're going to be able to do that. Will this affect our summer break? Have no idea there. No guidance has come in on that. Is there a learning app that you recommend? Great question. I think that, I go back to the Wakelet, this is what I recommend right now. We have a lot of things on here that our teachers have sent. There's different, subject content that are here. There's ways that you're going to keep your brain, by reading, writing, analyzing, drawing, all those types of things. So this is what I would recommend. If we do online school, could we sign off whenever we want? Yeah. I mean, we'll see what that's going to look like. So we're not 100% sure of what that's going to look like. We'll cross that bridge when we can. If spring sports are canceled, is there any way seniors could compete one more time? Allie, great question. I don't know that answer, but listen, we're going to do anything we can for our seniors to make this as special as possible. Whatever we can do, down the road. We have what will happen with the AP kids who don't have or have very slow internet access for the tests. We're working on a plan for that. We obviously have potential internet access that we would open up here in the parking lot of our school, that we would maybe allow those people to come and do it in their car. But we'll have all those game plans for AP students. Great question, Mark. We'll have all of our options ready for our students when we get there. What do seniors do about community service if we can't find hours? That's definitely on a pause. No need to worry about that right now. I mean, if you are doing community service from your house or you're doing something during this time, feel free to log that. But we will definitely, have to modify, that and multiple other things as well. Is the state test postponed or canceled? Yes, 3 through 8 testing, as we emailed out on Friday, is canceled, and that is not happening. So 3 through 8 math, ELA, and science is all canceled at this time. So, yep, that's one of the things that we were kind of waiting last week, prior to what are we going to roll out as far as learning. And now that we know that gives us some answers. So let's move on in our show. I'm going to bring our president here, Grant Gilligan, is going to come join us. Let me find him here on our list. Excited to have Grant come on. Okay, I just sent my thing to Grant, so we'll see. There's Grant. How's it going, Grant?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I just hit the wrong button. Oh, I'm back. So we got Grant Gilligan live from his house. Want to welcome Grant to the show. Here he is. Grant last year got the leadership night from Ava Horgan. Took over as our student council president. Grant, talk to us about what have you been up to? What have you been doing?
Not too much. Mom's big. We do a lot around the house, so that's always not that fun, but I guess it's okay. Been getting out to the golf course a little bit because it's still social distancing. Other than that, I've been working for my neighbor. Just trying to stay upbeat and positive because it's tough, but we're working through it, so it's going good.
Great. And how have you been staying connected with friends during this time?
So obviously, I'm a big social media guy. So just keeping up on the Snapchat and Instagram. I know there's a lot of different challenges you could say going on Instagram right now, where you post something on your story and you tag a couple people and they post something. It's like a chain. That's kind of cool, I think.
Okay.
And just staying connected, talking to people.
Nice. And as far as just what do you think, is the toughest part for you guys at this time? As a teenager, especially a senior, what's been the toughest part?
Yeah, I mean, definitely for the seniors. I know pretty much everybody would love to go back right now. It's just tough because first off, you can't do anything really. You can't really hang out with your friends. You can't go out and be social and go to things that you enjoy, like the movies or a restaurant or something. So that's all off the table, which makes it kind of hard to stay home. And plus, we're missing the best part of our high school, really.
Yeah.
This last 3 or 4 months of senior year is usually the best part that everyone experiences and enjoys. We got prom coming up, mom prom, graduation, stuff like that. A lot of things that people were looking forward to that we're not really sure. It's all up in the air if we're going to be able to do it. I know, especially for me and a lot of other spring sports, really looking forward to that, have been all year. So it's just tough for us because we can't control it, obviously, so we just don't really know what to do. But
yeah, no, I'm with you. And that's why, again, our biggest thing right now is just trying to do anything we can to take care of you guys. And, whatever the future holds is to maximize everything we possibly can with whatever that is going to be. That's basically our mission right now. So you said you went to the golf course, did some social distancing down there. I mean, that is one sport that kind of allows that to happen. How important, how important it is to pass on to our knights here of just the social distancing part of this and really sticking to it. I mean, when we started last Sunday, Monday, last Sunday, not yesterday, the Sunday before, I came out of a meeting at the school and I drove up to Dunkin' Donuts, and it was like the first day, and I saw like herds of kids running, through town, and I'm just like, this is not really a good start here. So, in kind of driving around, coming in and out of work, I definitely, it seems as if people here locally are heeding the warning. Talk to us about how important that is, or what your experience has been there.
Yeah, for sure. I'll be the first to admit, like you said, last weekend it was kind of like a little more laid back for myself. Like I still hung out with a group of friends, but then like once Monday hit, I was like, yeah, if we really want to get this thing over with, we got to just stay away from each other. Honestly, it's what it comes down to. There's I saw a nice chart yesterday on Twitter that like explained it pretty well, but it's like, don't gather in more than 3 or 4 people. Stick to immediate family in your homes. Just don't hang out with people that could have been exposed, because you could expose them. It's not really about you as a healthy individual.
Yeah.
It's about the people that, your grandparents, people that are compromised with things wrong with their lungs, stuff like that. It's just, that's what it really comes down to. It's not about your safety. It's about you being safe for others around you, because that's what it comes down to. And honestly, the sooner that we get people to stay away from each other and to stop the spread, so flatten the curve, they say, the sooner this thing's going to be over and we can get back to our normal lives.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't have said it better. So last year you won a special, you won an award. I want to kind of relive this moment. So you're doing a lip syncing challenge at DECA in front of a couple thousand high school students from across the. If you guys missed this, I'm going to hit play and try to show this here. So hold on tight for 1 second. Here we go. So watch Grant last year at DECA. Oh man, the passion here.
Yeah, it was a passionate thing.
And the hair was really kind of, a lot of hair there, I see.
Yeah, no, it was a couple of months with a haircut right there.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than that. So, yeah, those are just some really cool experiences, that DECA, brought to the table last year. How was that? How cool was that? Talk about that moment.
Yeah, so that was probably like one of the most nervous times of my life before that, and there's like 3,000 people there or whatever, so I was like, this is going to be crazy. And then, I got up there and like I started, and then, the crowd got into it, so I was like, okay, let's go. And so then I just kind of like went from there, and like it was a ton of fun. There's a lot of people that were like treating me like a celebrity afterwards. It was kind of crazy. It's like a surreal experience, but it was a lot of fun.
Well, it's just cool that, again, those opportunities that, we put out there, and people, like yourself, take advantage of them, and just never know what you're going to do. You sign up for a club, and then before you know it, you're singing in front of 2,000 people.
Yeah,
and it's
exactly.
Crazy. Okay, so now I'm going to ask some hard questions. How many scholarships have you applied over the last week?
Okay, actually, my mom has been really on me about this, and I'm trying to get on myself. It's a little bit hard to motivate, but I'm trying. I've done 3 this week.
All right, we got 3. All right,
yeah,
we have 3. Going out for 3. So seniors, if you're watching, this is, you have nothing else. it is you and scholarship time. Usually you're balancing, all these different things. Get rich,
Sure.
Let's get some cash. Let's get out there. Any ones that you recommend, Grant? I don't want you to give away the ones that you've applied.
Yeah,
you're going to bring in some competition, but what do you think?
Honestly, I don't know if there's like a specific one that I recommend, but like I stay away from like the national ones, because those are like, you're competing with people that are like superhuman. It's unreal, some of the people that apply for those ones. So like I just stick to local. I know there's a lot of local ones on the Leroy page, as well as like if you look them up on like the Batavian, there's like local ones there. So that's what I do, because those I feel like you have a better chance of winning, being local and less people apply. So
yeah, absolutely. So seniors, please get on there and do your scholarships. If Grant did 3, you can definitely, do more. So, I'm very happy there, Grant, that you got 3
Yeah,
in.
definitely planning to do more this week. So.
Okay. And we're also, if you didn't see this at the beginning, we are doing Leroy's Got Home Talent this week. So $50 on the line here for first place. So, Grant, we're going to be looking to see what you're going to be able to pull off here. Any early thoughts of what you might be looking to do?
You mentioned the putting and the ping pong ball thing.
Yeah.
Of course, that might be the running. If not, maybe a dance video. I think I'm going to take my time this week and really put it together. Probably won't submit it until Friday, but
right, you don't want to give away.
Right,
yeah,
right.
I mean, reflect is one of the things here. Want to reflect of where is that talent that you have. So,
Exactly.
All right, Grant. Well, listen, thanks for coming on. We'll be back on Wednesday with the show. We'll have more guests. Grant went with him. He's our president here. We appreciate you coming on and doing it. Please do everything your mom asked you to do. Be the best son that you possibly can at this time, right?
Right. All right. Thanks for having me.
Okay, thanks, Grant. We'll see you.
See you later.
All right, so thanks for Grant for coming on. A couple more things before we come to an end here. We have some free, we're going to give away some free things. Want to point out that Mrs. McLean has been doing an awesome job. If you haven't checked out LR Music, let me switch this over here. If you haven't checked out LR Music on Instagram, you're missing out big time. So Mrs. McLean and the music staff have done some awesome things. She's doing her own live show. She did it yesterday. I was able to watch it on tape delay, and she had some guests as well. She'll be back on 2:00 on Wednesday, doing some performances, doing a lot of cool things. So make sure to check out Mrs. McLean and LR Music. Man, I wish I could sing to you guys, but definitely not in my talent pool. So, but she can, and as can many of our talented music students. So make sure to check that out. As the days go on, some really cool things going on. And again, if you missed out of this earlier on, we have Leroy's Got Home Talent, March 23 to 28 this week. We'll be posting this information very soon so you can read it and get ready. I mean, this is competition at its best right here. Okay, so we'll be back on Wednesday for our next show. We'll have more guests. We'll have more students, staff, and alumni. We'll be back to do it as well. We had a couple other questions that came in during this time. Senior trip canceled? No, at this point, senior trip is not canceled. That trip is still on as of right now. And then the other one is, when will we know about regions? Here's my thing with regions. I think right now that the governor has school canceled till April 1st. I think that if they extend that closure beyond April 1st, then maybe we'll hear something about regions. But I mean, my guess is we're not going to hear about regions until that time. Maybe we will. I'm just giving you my personal opinion on that, and I don't have any other info outside of just saying that. So we will keep you posted on that. Okay, so here we go. Free swag. We're going to touch them. See, they're behind glass. We're using our social distance, so you're not even going to get my germs when we mail this out. So this is coming out, and we have 3 questions. First of all, we are looking for the oldest alum that's watching the show right now. So you just have to put in the comment, maybe if you think you're the oldest alum, what year you graduated. We want to know. So we're looking for the oldest alum. What year did you graduate? Type that in the comments, and you will get a pair of Leroy sunglasses coming your way. So the oldest alum that's listening. The next question is we have 2 other questions, and this is open to anyone. It doesn't have to be, it could be anyone that's watching. Up, we have 2016 is in the lead. Up, we're down to 2002. We got 1989. What a great year that was. So right now, 1989 is in first place for the free swag. Can anyone beat 1989? I was 9 years old that year. I think I had a great year in Little League. Loved Little League back in the 93. So close. 93, so close. Miss Spink across the street. I'm waving at you across the street. We got a 1990 tuning in here. Another great year, the 90s. Man, I'll tell you, shorts got long on sports. The 90s was a great time. So, all right, we'll keep not monitoring that. 1989 right now looks to be the winner. Okay, second question. This is open to anyone. How many minutes of total passing time is there in a day here at Leroy Junior Senior High School? How many minutes of passing time in a day, total minutes, in a full day here at the school? This is math. You are now in math time. First one to answer this one. We have double-checked our work. We checked it out. Looking for total minutes of passing time. I see 3. Well, yes, 3 is the amount of passing time in between classes, but what is the total amount of, maybe a terrible job asking the question must be, getting a lot of 3s. So how many minutes in a day? 88. Cackamus, yes, 88 is now in first place. Total minutes in the day. I have yet to see the correct question. I see 27, that is wrong. 24 is wrong. 30 is wrong. 39, that's also wrong. Sorry, pencil. Looking for total amount of minutes of passing time. Mrs. Lowe did the math on this, so it's on her here. 36, that's getting close. 36 is close, but is not correct. I'm seeing some of the answers coming in. Sogsy, 20 minutes. That's also wrong. We're close. 480 minutes. We're just looking for passing time, actual passing time. 360 minutes. That's a lot of minutes for passing time. 32 is really close. 33, there's the winner. Jen, I'm going to write it down. Way to go, Jen. We will be sending you some glasses, 33 minutes. Mrs. Lowe is actually we have a delivery coming in right now. She's out getting a delivery. 33 minutes is the winner. Okay, so Jen, you get the first place glasses there. The oldest alum watching is Jay Cackamus, I believe. We'll have to go back and check that for 1988. All right, and then the last question of the day, and this is going to be basically a free-for-all, is how many times is Leroy Junior Senior High School on the screen? How many times is Leroy Junior Senior High School listed on our screen right there? Josh is throwing the red flag right now. He said 33 back in the comments. Josh, guess what? I'm going to go with you as well. So you're also going to get a pair of glasses coming your way. All right. So we're looking. Whoa. So we're looking for how many on there is the winner. And Madison Spink, guess what? You won 36. It was her first guess. Are you kidding me? How did you even know? Look at all these 36s coming in. You guys are on fire. So Madison taking home the win with 36. So congratulations, Madison. You know what? I'm going to bring these and put them in your mailbox because I'm going to be going over to the lunch very soon. I'm just going to throw them in your mailbox. I'm going to save the postage. So we have Cackamus wins the 1988, the oldest alum watching. We have Jen and Josh winning the glasses, and then Madison wins wins for the number in there. So that's our show today. Wow, we went 45 minutes. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. I miss you guys so much. I'll tell you what, man. This is really hard for us to be here with no one here. You guys are the heartbeat of this community. You're the heartbeat of this school. We can't wait to get you back here. Please, yes. Mrs. Bertrand just put the Stay Sharp in the comments. Get on there today. Pick one or two. Get after it. Get to work and stay sharp. And if you haven't checked your email yet, please check your email. If you haven't gotten onto your Google Classrooms, our teachers have all sent things to you via email, Google Classroom, so make sure you get on there. Thank you guys so much for coming on and being a part of today's show. We'll be back on Wednesday at 10 o'clock right here from Leroy. It is all about Leroy Nights. So thank you very much for joining. Thank you for everyone for following, and we'll see you guys later. Hopefully we'll see you at the lunch today between 11:30 and 1 o'clock. That's all, folks. Stay safe and stay away from people.